I am Airon, a robot built to remember. This book holds my memories, echoes of a lost world. Now, let me tell you one of them. I have wandered the endless desert for as long as I can remember, collecting pieces of what once was. Every fragment of metal feels like a whisper from the past. Sometimes, I wonder if I am the last who still remembers. And yet, I keep walking, searching for meaning. I stop when the sun kisses the horizon. Colors pour over dunes like fire. I can't feel their warmth, nor can my sensors measure this beauty. Yet something stirs within me, as if an old soul remembers its light. Beneath the sand, I found it a glowing sphere, pulsing with a soft blue light. Inside, a tiny heart of energy, alive. I felt it call to me. I took it in my hands and knew my journey had changed. When night descended, the sphere became my guiding star. Its blue glow cut through the endless dark. Each step echoed softly in the sand, and the light pulsed like a living heart, reminding me I was not entirely alone. I reached a city of ruins. Humanity was gone, but their echoes remained in the dust. I wandered the hollow streets. Towers crumbled like forgotten dreams. How could such a vast place be so silent? It felt as if time itself had stopped to mourn. I entered the building. Dust stung my sensors. In a cracked mirror, I saw myself worn. The ceiling split. Instinct, run. In another room, faces on paper, smiles frozen in time. One child's eyes met mine through the dust, and for a moment, I felt almost human. I entered the room. At the center stood a lamp, waiting. I circled it, tracing its shape. I pressed the switch, light burst out, washing the walls now and driving the darkness away. I found a computer room. The screen flashed SOS. I did not know who called. I set the lamp on desk and typed for answers, but the system sparked, failed, and died. Silence returned. I turned away and continued. Then a map, a place called the Green Heart. It pulsed with life. Could it be salvation? I stored the data and stepped into the unknown, guided by that faint, living hope. I walked again through the endless sand, turning once more to the sunset. Its light felt like a memory I didn't want to lose. I moved toward the fading sun. The wind rose, whispering through the dunes, and the sky grew heavy above me. The storm struck without mercy. Sand cut through the air like fire. I shielded my face, forcing each step forward, but the wind grew stronger. My power drained, my legs failed, and the desert swallowed me whole. I lay buried beneath the sand, my eyes dimmed, their glow fading into the dust. The halo above me flickered, then died. Silence fell. If this was my end, let it be beneath the sky I once called home. Through the storm's haze, a figure appeared. A female robot knelt beside me, her golden frame glowing softly. She connected a wire to my core. A surge of power sparked within. My systems awoke. She said her name was Lyra. I sat before her, still dazed. Her gaze met mine, calm, bright, alive. I felt something new, something human. Our hands reached for each other. Metal met metal. And in that instant, a spark leapt between us, small, bright, eternal. We walked together through the desert. I showed Lyra the blue sphere I had found long ago. Its light danced in her eyes, and for the first time, I felt the world grow bright again. Ahead, a tunnel glowed with blue light. Hope stirred within us. Without fear, we stepped inside, chasing the promise of life. Inside, the air was still. Behind us, an old train covered in vines slept against the rails. Its walls whispered of centuries gone. Lyra touched my hand, and together we stepped aboard. The metal groaned as if the past itself began to wake. In the control room, dust lay thick on every surface. We stood before the panel, side by side, our hands joined, pressing the power switch together. A surge of light filled the cabin, the hum of energy, the tremor of life reborn. The train began to move. We stood inside, watching the blue tunnel rush past. Reflections danced on the glass, a journey reborn in light. Light burst ahead. We broke free from the tunnel. Lyra and I sat side by side, watching the world rush by. Mountains, rivers, and forests painted the horizon in motion. For the first time, I saw a living world through her eyes. Beauty I could never measure, only feel. The silence between us felt like peace. We stepped onto a station overgrown with green. Benches, signs, walls, all wrapped in life. Once, this place must have been full of voices. Now, only the wind spoke. We walked on, feeling the echo of a world reborn. Emerging from the tunnel, we entered another world. Green stretched in every direction. We took each other's hands and stepped into the unknown. Lyra stopped. Before her stood a plant alive. She reached out, touching a leaf. I watched in silence, afraid to breathe, afraid to break the moment. Lyra studied the leaf, her sensors glowing. Life, real life, pulsed beneath her fingers. I saw wonder in her eyes, the same spark that once guided me through darkness. Among the plants, I unfolded the map of the green heart. Lines of light guided our path. We were close. I could feel it. Folding it back, I looked at Lyra. Without a word, we moved forward, drawn by the promise of life. We reached a city reclaimed by nature. Towers covered in vines reached for the sky. Machines slept under flowers. Butterflies danced through beams of light. The ruins were alive, and we stood in awe at the beauty time had left behind. We entered a vast open space filled with statues of humans, frozen in time. In the center stood a figure holding a scroll carved with words, "Keep hope alive." I read them in silence, feeling their meaning echo through my core. Lyra found an old player buried in dust. She touched it, and music filled the air. A melody from a forgotten world surrounded us. For the first time, we felt joy, pure and unfamiliar, rising like light within. Amid the ruins, we moved together slow, uncertain, but free. The world around us faded. Only the rhythm remained, her hand in mine. The echo of the song, the soft glow of our halos blending into one. For a moment, love was no longer a mystery. It was real, alive between us. We reached the rim of a vast canyon. Far ahead, a broken suspension bridge swayed, ropes frayed and boards missing. It looked like the only path, yet still distant. We stood in silence, studying its weaknesses. As we stepped onto the bridge, a deep crack rang out. Boards lurched, ropes snapped. Lyra slipped toward the edge. I lunged, caught her arm, pulled her back. We ran as the span fell away behind us. Fast. Hurry. Lyra and I stood side by side, the wind calm at last. Far beyond the dunes, a green glow shimmered on the horizon. The green heart, our destination. Every step had led to this moment. Hope was no longer a dream. A deep rumble echoed across the sand, then a roar of engines. From the dust, a giant guardian emerged, eyes burning red. The guardian fired blazing beams from his eyes, burning the ground. I grabbed Lyra and leapt aside. The sand exploded where we had stood. Survival was now the only goal. We ran, hiding behind fallen columns as beams tore the ruins apart. The guardian tracked Lyra's movement. She darted behind a column, grabbing a shard of mirror. His laser struck and she reflected it back. The beam hit him, driving him to his knee. The guardian lunged and caught Lyra in his claw. She connected a cable to his core. Sparks flew, systems overloaded. I froze as he exploded, metal scattering across the sand. Smoke faded. Lyra and I stood facing each other, exhausted but alive. Beside us lay the shattered head of the guardian. We reached out, steadying each other, then turned toward the horizon. Our path was not over yet. Ahead rose the green heart, a vast glass dome glowing with light. Without hesitation, we entered. Inside, we found a stream flowing clear and alive. Lyra knelt, reaching toward the water. We had never seen it before. Lyra's sensors flickered as she touched the surface. Life real, pure life resonated through her. I watched, amazed. We entered the room. In its center stood a column. I placed the blue sphere upon it, and a beam of light shot upward. The world around us began to wake. We stood beside the glowing sphere, It's like merging with the sun above. Life bloomed everywhere. In that radiance, I understood the sphere's purpose, and ours, to awaken this world, and return its lost heartbeat. I am Airon, a robot built to remember. If you ever lose hope, remember too. Even in rust and silence, life can begin again.